still owned by the same family for something like 400 years. I don't know if that's true. Yeah, 1660. And supposedly it's still owned by the same family.
Our trip to downtown Salem started with a stop at the Army-Navy surplus store. I needed a belt.
Well, that was the easiest belt purchase I've ever had. Found the perfect belt, $12, it's leather. This is ideal. You're saying there's a kind of a witch tourism in this place.
Yeah, so this is, a built-in source of revenue, for better or for worse, that's always going to be here because of the history and really horrible shit that happened. And if you ask me, it shouldn't be something that's celebrated or laughed about or, turned into like different high school mascots or things like that. I mean, people were wrongly accused of horrible things, and not just, hanged and crushed to death and everything else, but they were also, lives were ruined as they spoke up and said, hey, this is wrong. It's just a twisted time in this country's culture.
Totally.
That is now kind of like laughed about, and there's this whole tourism industry around it. So that's the downside. But on the other hand, Salem is really good about celebrating the other shit that it's done, which is, being at the forefront of maritime history and commerce back in the 17th and 18th centuries. And all these ship captains that went to China for the spice trade would come back. Some of them were altruistic, some of them weren't, but they made an agreement. Let's put together all of our, the stuff we find in China, all these amazing artifacts, and let's find like a public space for them. So they started this thing called the Peabody Essex Museum, just filled with awesome artifacts and relics from all over the world, as well as American art, and they have modern stuff there too. So the money did kind of trickle in, and there is an element of maritime history that hopefully goes over just the witch thing.
The Gardner Pinnegree House, built in 1804 by John Gardner in the golden age of Salem's global maritime empire.
So most of these are all mansions owned by wealthy families in town that eventually